But I wanted hot Cheetos.
Hi, sweets. What's cracking besides those beautiful Buddha cheeks? Don't pay attention to my mouth in this entire video. I messed up and my camera was on the wrong setting, and so I recorded everything in slow motion, which doesn't save the audio, unfortunately for me, so this whole video is just going to be a voiceover. So we're all at home dealing with the
coronavirus!
And I need to let out my creativity. So today we're going to do a makeup look. I'm going to turn myself into the
coronavirus!
If she was a 23-year-old bad bitch, much like myself. I got my body paints, my burrito full of brushes, and I'm going to take an eyeliner pencil and draw on the side of my mouth, extending from my lips, this little opening that I'm not really going to paint over too much. You'll see why later, just trust me. It can be any shape you want, the sloppier the better. Next, I'm going to use a white paint and just place it where I want all of my highlighted spots to go. Ooh, now that wig gotta come back, girl, because we gotta get that forehead, baby. I put green paint in all the other spots and just blend that shit on out. Start to look like that wicked witch bitch. And then I set all of the white spots with either a white eyeshadow or a translucent setting powder. And then I use a green eyeshadow to set all the green spots. Now onto the eyebrows. I dipped my spoolie in some white paint and I just brushed over my eyebrow hairs with those. I definitely did not have a plan as to what I was doing here, but we go see. I then took some neon green paint, like some bright neon green paint. This is actually UV light reactive, me realizing what I've done. I went over the white parts just to make them like some really bright Grinch eyebrows. And now I'm taking some white paint and I'm outlining my eyebrows and just placing it on my eyelid as a base for my eyeshadow. And I'm just gonna set that really quick. So now I'm on to the germ itself, my third eye. I drew a small circle using some white paint, and then I went over that with some bright green eyeshadow. I then drew some little leg thingies coming from each end, and then drew little balls on the end of those. I filled it in and gave it more details, but you can really do whatever you want with this. I then just fixed a few contour issues I was having and finished up my eyeshadow look. I went with black eyeliner and just filled it in with that same neon green paint that I used on my eyebrows. Uh-oh, we all know how horrible I am with lashes, so I'm gonna try. After many failed attempts, I said fuck it and just put that same neon green paint on my own lashes because shit, I'm beautiful. And I'm beautiful. I hope you'll be able to see it on camera, but I drew these little red vein things coming from my eyes just to make me look more sickly and dead. And then I went over them lightly with some powder just to soften them up. I didn't want them to be too harsh. Okay, we're finally getting to the side of the mouth portion. Oh, it looks like you judging. We're gonna use just some simple white glue because we're too poor for latex. If you have 2-ply toilet paper, you're going to want to rip it in half like this so it's as thin as possible. Then you're going to want to take your pieces of toilet paper and just rip them into small strips like so. Take a small brush and line the glue where you're going to place the toilet paper and then just pop that bitch on your face. You're going to want it to be kind of sloppy, kind of scrunched up because it gives it a more fleshy type look. Repeat this all over where you outlined earlier until you get a shape that's similar to this. Now you're going to want to cover the whites of the toilet paper with whatever color best match your skin tone. Right now mine is green, so I'm going to want to blend that out. I didn't really have a plan when it came to this either, so I'm definitely just winging it. We'll see how this goes. I outlined it with the black eyeshadow just to give it some dimension, and then I went through it with the red eyeshadow just to give it kind of like a gummy inner mouth kind of color. Took a very thin paintbrush and drew a line from the line that my mouth naturally makes all the way to the back. I then repeated that on the bottom but left a tiny little space in between. You'll see why in a minute. Now I'm gonna draw some teeth starting from my lips all the way to the back of my cheek. I find it best to give them little round tops and then make them straight on the sides. Of course, repeat that on the bottom. Now we're gonna take that same really thin paintbrush and just clean it off, dip it into some black, and you're going to paint in between that space that I told you to keep earlier. And you're also gonna paint details in between the teeth. Now you should start to see where you can naturally just fill in the blank. From here, just kind of make it your own thing, and I'm just kind of freehanding it. Give yourself some wrinkles where your mouth got pulled back, and you're all done. Wow, this looks insane from this angle. I finished painting down my neck green, and then I set that with some green eyeshadow powder. Then I glued these little balls similar to the one on my forehead all around my neck to kind of mimic other little virus microbes. And that is it. I am now COVID-19, #1 bitch that's taking the state. That's my look. I actually really love how it came out. It's really gore meets like, I would honestly wear this to a rave, and my lashes and my brows are both UV light reactive, so that'll be pretty fun to see. But I have a bunch of creativity that is meant to be let out. I'm at home bored just like you are, so I'm trying to make light of the situation. Stay sweet, stay safe, and remember to wash your hands, or else I will be coming for you. Okay, bye!
Coronavirus! I could kick it here.
Oh, hell!